Charles, others have brought up more recent comments, his praising of Bradley Manning, the WikiLeaks, who's accused of getting all the classified material to WikiLeaks, as a patriot, calling him a patriot. That's more concerning.
And there's that thing he said in one of the debates, and one of the reasons he opposes the building of a fence on the southern border is because it could be used to keep Americans in. And you think about that, and that's rather odd. So yes, it's not just old stuff, although the old stuff is really important. And his defense that we saw in that clip, I'm a civil libertarian, thus what? That doesn't prove anything. This puts in doubt the fact that you're a civil libertarian. It isn't as if you're a civil libertarian, all the empirical evidence of the stuff that was written in the Ron Paul newsletter doesn't exist. It does exist, and yet I think Rick is right. The best that you can say is he swam in a swamp. But, you know, beginning with Bill Buckley, he was the man who sort of saved the conservative movement. He created it, and he did it in part by saying that the John Birch Society and other extremists and anti-Semites who at the time had been in the movement were out, would not be allowed in. He drew a line, and it's what helped to make the movement respectable, national, and ultimately in control of the presidency in the 1980s. And that is, I'm not sure he would meet the Buckley test. Remember that Buckley read out Pat Buchanan in the early 90s in an article he wrote in which he said that his statements had been at least at the edge of anti-Semitism and were unacceptable. So I think that those standards have to be applied. This is not an unserious issue. It may not impact him in Iowa, but I think it makes him as a national candidate somebody who cannot win the nomination.